Welcome to LA2M. My name is Derek, CEO of Untitled Digital Marketing, and we have pretty lights in here. They're not turned on. Has anyone tried to turn them on? Roger, did you try turning them on?
Don't know where.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, I like the lights.
100% red.
Yeah, I say we turn them on. But anyways, let there be light, as I always say. Today we're going to talk about color, where I think light is important with color, right? So welcome, people, welcome. Is there anyone here for your very first LA2M? First timers, welcome. Welcome, yeah, it's welcome. We're glad you're here. You know, LA2M, we've been going since January 2008. We've been doing this a while. LA2M is a 501c3 nonprofit group. We did meet weekly, every week until last month. We just switched to a monthly format. Why? Because, you know, Mary Lou left, we had some turnover, I'm so busy, whatever, we just switched to monthly. So now we have monthly. So our philosophy at the moment is better speakers, less meetings. Once a month. I encourage feedback on that. I mean, you can even, when you do your comments, at the end of the meeting, we get to go around the room and you get to like say a comment. So if anybody wants to comment on that, you're welcome to. We're open to input and feedback. The thing is, it's just a group takes a lot of time and effort and energy to run. So, and I'm pulled in a lot of directions. So that's one of the reasons. But anyway, so we are monthly now. So thank you for those who are being here. Did anyone come when we weren't at a meeting? Yeah. So sorry about that. We've been trying to mention it in social media and on the newsletter, but I guess it's easy to miss if you're just used to us being here. Anyways. Excuse me. We still have actually a really great turnout today. Wow. You guys interested in the topic?
Yeah.
Good topic, right? Okay, good. That's the thing, right? Great speakers, and I think maybe monthly might work. So we're talking more about that. You just turn the temperature down and it'll stop. Awesome.
No, it's not cool. It's trying to cool.
Oh, okay. Then make it hotter. Yeah. All right. So let's just see. Format of this meeting: our speaker's going to talk for around 30 minutes. There will be some time for Q&A. At 12:45, we do introductions. So all of you, especially you new people, everybody gets to stand up one at a time. We go all around the room and you say what you do. And if you're looking for something like, hey, I'm looking for a job, or hey, I'm looking for a place to live, or whatever, or you can give feedback on the switch to the monthly meetings. And then we make it all around the room, and then at 1 o'clock we finish. So it's pretty easy. Jim Musial is our vice president. He's going to talk about our nonprofitness and what we do.
Thanks, Eric. Hello, everybody. Glad to see such a full house. It's good to see everybody. We've been away for a little bit here, but it's good to get back. As Derek said, LA2M is a nonprofit, and we exist because of you, obviously coming here and supporting us, but we also exist because of our sponsors. We do have a few sponsors. We do a monthly sponsor. Each month, the company can sponsor the month. Right now, for March, we don't have one. So if you were sponsoring it, you'd be up here, standing here, talking a little bit about your company. So if you are interested in that, for April, please see me after the meeting, or Derek, and, or hit us up through social media channels, and we can talk to you about that. It's $250 for a month. You get to get up here and speak about your company. We put your plug for you in our newsletter that goes out to about 2,000 people. So 2,000 qualified people, too. It's a great list. So if you're interested, please see me about that. I'd love to talk to you. But we do have a platinum sponsor, and that is Briarwood Mall. They're a great sponsor of LA2M, have been for a long time. Denise Murray's been coming and spoken here. So I'm sure we all patronize Briarwood Mall, but if you are interested in sponsorship opportunities at Briarwood Mall, there's some information on the back table, and Denise Murray's card is there, so I'd encourage you to take that if you do have an interest in that. And we're really appreciative of Briarwood Mall for being a sponsor of LA2M. So again, we're glad you're here. If you are interested in telling us about your company and sponsoring one of our months, please see us, and we'd be happy to tell you about it. So I'll let Derek turn it back over and give it to the speaker.
Great. Thank you, Jim. We have a t-shirt. I'd really like to give our speaker a t-shirt. How you doing, Ross? We'll give our speaker a t-shirt real quick.
Thank you.
And for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You just wait.
Oh, I have to.
Well, I figured it's an introduction.
Okay. Come on down. So this is Ann Hanson. She's a color expert. And we're going to take a quick picture. Moment in time. Thank you, Ann.
Thank you.
She's our color expert. She's our speaker expert today. You know, we like to get brilliant people. We find them from all over the world. Ann has been coming to LA2M. She's been a regular. She's been really contributing. And she has cool things to teach about, which is color. And we all need color, right? It influences everything. Whether you're building a website, whether you're getting dressed for the day, color is very important. So please join me in welcoming Ann Hanson to LA2M.
Thank you very much. I am Ann Hanson. I am actually from Ann Arbor. So, in fact, I live in Lower Burns, so close to where I think we know a couple of colors that are very close to Ann Arbor's heart. And thank you, everyone, for coming. I also am an innovation trailblazer. I've worked in many manufacturing companies. But I'm also on the steering committee for Color Marketing Group, which is an international group that forecasts colors. And I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. But that's why I'm here to talk about color. Color is certainly a key influence on many things, sometimes what we don't think about. So why is color important? Because sometimes it takes color to tell you what something actually is. I thought this was a great graphic in explaining the difference between, bad and good. And that's just the same graphic with a color difference. As I said, in Ann Arbor, we have some certain colors that are very dear to some of us. Where's Derek? Sorry, Derek. But that color palette can actually evolve. We always think maize and blue. But sometimes it evolves depending upon the situation. Therefore, khaki is now important in our world. And, of course, there's been a lot of conversation about color in the last month, whether you wanted to be a part of it or not. Okay, so let's have a raise of hands, and now you got to tell some truth here. Who saw white and gold first? Oh, wow, that's some really good color perception. Yep. And who saw blue and black? Yep. I'll tell you, I saw white and gold first. But this is the real color, in case you hadn't heard. And isn't it interesting how a small town in Scotland, and what started off as a very local question of what color do you see, turned into a worldwide phenom. I think a lot of it has to do with what you're actually seeing on the monitors, but then again, people who are looking at the same picture can see different colors. So when we're developing colors and thinking about, as Derek said, everything from websites to products, it's important to understand not everybody sees the same color. I can tell you that traditionally, women are much more interested in seeing purple products than men. And in manufacturing, I can tell you, I have had to fight some real battles with male executives to try and get purple products through, even though those purple products might actually be for women. So important to just understand that color is seen differently by different people. As I said, Color Marketing Group is where I get in. It's a group I belong to for 15 years. And I'll tell you, I have no formal color training other than what I've developed in working in marketing. So it isn't like you need to have had years of design school, like my mother, and she'll tell you always that, my Color Marketing Group, and she's not. That it truly is about understanding how color works with consumers. So CMG actually forecasts colors 18 months to 2 years in advance. And then you've heard of Pantone and this year's color Marsala. Yeah. They actually are getting those color ideas on their own, but also a key influencer from CMG. The paint companies, developed their palettes after CMG developed their colors. What you see on the runways actually are developed after CMG develops their colors. Same thing, we all know Target is actually quite excellent at having great color palettes seasonally, particularly in spring and fall. They are developing those color products after CMG. So CMG really is a key force to be reckoned with in driving color. To that end, I wanted to show you, now, we're in March, and you think that 2015 is all in front of us. And I can tell you from a color standpoint, it's done. And these are the colors that you will see in 2015. This is the palette. Actually, this is a worldwide palette. CMG, Color Marketing Group, isn't just in the US or even just in North America. It's throughout the world. In fact, today, the Asia group is meeting in Osaka. And they're they're getting together and figuring out what colors are important in Asia for 2017, that far out. So this is actually, there are 60 colors here. And the reason that I'm showing you a worldwide palette is because some of those colors creep into the US sooner rather than later. I will tell you that Europe is always a great place to see color first. Latin America tends to be a little behind. So this is a worldwide palette. So, like I said, 2015 is already done. And let me show you some examples of it. By the way, the 2015 palette was developed, finalized in November 2013. So 2015 is already done in November 2015, almost 18 months ago. One of the colors that we developed was something called Verde Gold, this kind of bronzy color. And the photos are from Whirlpool and KitchenAid, which has introduced Sunset Bronze, and saying that Sunset Bronze is the new kitchen appliance color, both in large as well as countertop appliances, replacing stainless steel. So color can make a big difference. Again, color marketing predicted that 18 months ago. Whirlpool then said, is that interesting for us? How do we make that work? We all saw Lupita in the pearl dress, which then is, is it real or is it Memorex? Color marketing predicted the color pearlesque because they saw whites becoming a little softer, a little richer. So that color has come to fruition. Copper is gaining more influence. So in fall of 2013, we had this conference, the international conference in California, and then I went to a very trendy spot in LA, which has a lot of stores that are very forward-thinking. It's called Abbott Kinney in Venice. And I saw this vase. And so if we're thinking copper, I've just been in that meeting the day before, and I'm seeing copper in a boutique that's fashion forward, I know we're on the right track. So it's also understanding where color comes from. What you see in Walmart is not what you'll see in a boutique, obviously. From the runways in New York, just in January, this powdered blush color is making a forefront. So pinks are getting a little more tonal, a little more, skin colored. That's because, sorry, we're aging. This is a little more skin color friendly.
That's one of the colors that most women can wear.
Yes, yes. And then when we pick colors, we also think about how do they work together. So these four colors were actually chosen among different geographies. But this is a leather goods maker, Will, that's, again, very fashion forward. And I was astounded to see that palette is almost a dead-on match for Tribal Red, Healthy Glow, Tree Frog, and Molten, 4 colors in the 2015 palette. So this is, again, proof. 2015's done. So just one more look. Oh, sorry. Now, that's on a big scale. It can also apply to what we're doing every day. So old black is the fact that black is becoming, again, more friendly, more matte. You know, a dark, vibrant black can be very harsh. Black is becoming more friendly. And I actually used this when I was most recently with a pet company by making our packaging like a chalkboard. And we wanted to teach cat households how to play with cats. So there's a lot of information on how to play with cats. We use the chalkboard as that visual trigger on teaching. So that can actually play if you're working with graphics. Again, the full palette to think about. So that's 2015. So let's talk 2016. I know that might blow your mind in terms of thinking that 2016 is around the corner, but I'll tell you, as I said, we're already working on 2017. So these are some insights into what's coming. Now, influences come from real events. And in 2016, not only is there the US election, but there are other key elections around the world. The UK will have an election, Germany will have an election, Canada's having an election at the end of this year. So there's a whole nationalism path that's also underscored by anniversaries. In 2016, Ireland celebrates 100 years of independence. And here in Conor O'Neill's, obviously, that will be important. We in the US, though, have an affinity for Ireland and its independence, so that will get a lot of note. Rio, with the Olympics in 2016, you know, we already had the the World Cup in Brazil last year. So Brazil is having 2 hits at the world stage, and its color palette that really is quite different than what we see in the rest of the world, with orange and green and blue working together. In 2016, the Queen will become the longest reigning monarch in English history, and we know we'll hear about that. In 2016, Star Trek celebrates 50 years. And while you saw how much note was taken of the passing of Leonard Nimoy, you know, Star Trek hits all of us more than I think, even if you're not a Trekkie, than you'd expect. So it's also kind of a fun combination of future and a bit cartoony, you know? And then the Titanic, the next Titanic ship is set to take sail in 2016. So those are the sorts of things that we look to as potential influences in colors for 2016. I'll tell you, one of the first things I do when I'm thinking about a future year is I hit movie and TV sites to see what's coming as a key influence in media. And superpowers and superheroes will continue to take the stage. Independence Day 2, Avatar 2, Star Trek again, all the Marvel characters. Space theme will continue to predominate, continuing superheroes, and we get comfort out of seeing familiar figures. So that's what's happening in the world, but then there are also those things that happen that you can't quite put your finger on, but they are key influencers. In 2016, baby boomers start turning 70. And even though baby boomers are fighting age, nothing says old age like a 7 in the front number. Sorry, kids. And the youngest will be age 50. So baby boomers continue to have key influence, and that means that, again, you need to think about older skins as the apparel industry is coming to fruition, and makeup. Crowdsourcing and grassroots funding will continue to be key enterprise drivers. Consumers just have a problem with trust these days. You know, how many people have had to change their credit card in the last 18 months? At least once, right? So, trust is key, and we're looking for elements of trust to hang on to that kind of go beyond organizations and companies. And then also in 2016, China overtakes the US as a global powerhouse in terms of spending. So we know that China's coming. That's going to be key. So how does that play out? What are the stories? Because, you know, the other thing I want to make sure that you know is that colors actually come in color marketing through true thinking about what are the stories that influence. It's not, oh, I think it's pink today, which is what I think a lot of people expect color to be. And that's what I think it was years ago. Now it needs to rest on stories that we can tell. So the first story that's important, and by the way, this is the North American palette I'm going to talk about, because that, if we're thinking about 2016, will be the most meaningful to those of us in the room. The first story is a tropical story. And that tropical story tends to be more equatorial than it's been in the past. Previously, if we'd said tropical, I bet a lot of us would have thought of Miami Beach. But these colors are more ethnic, more of Brazil and India and Latin America overall. And that's the palette that we expect to see with tropical influences. Again, this will be in products, in stores, in graphics next year. Now this presentation is on the screen is just a little washed out. So that pink is very vibrant, very vibrant. Same with the what looks to be a little peachier there. No, it's much, much more orange. And the presentation will be online, so you can actually take a look there. The next theme to think about is what I call weightless. So weightless is a combination of space, of wearable tech, so that weight of technology becomes weightless when it becomes incorporated in whatever we're wearing or using as accessories. And actually the weightlessness of figuring out where we are in our own world, which is what that graphic shows. And you can see that these colors are of space, they're more ethereal, they're complementary, they can kind of be whatever you want them to be. They kind of go with whatever you want them to go with. And again, this, you'll see this is a bit more purple, a little more green to that middle row. Have a look online. And then the last theme I'm calling are superpowers. So we talk about superpowers, many of us immediately think of the world stage. But I also say, superpower is about us. What's your superpower? I'll share with you my superpower. I find money wherever I go. When I lived in New York, I actually kept track, and I found about $30 in change each year. That's my superpower. So superpowers can be whatever you want them to be. What's yours? So think about it like that. By the way, these are, the ping is actually a refrigerated food line in a grocery in the UK. The floor is the corner of a very expensive handbag that I saw at Harrods last month. So the middle one. Yep. So this cartoon-like bit is crossing categories in a big way. So again, from a graphic standpoint, think about that. And these superpower colors, again, think global, think superpower heroes, are some of the key influences. That red is a very true red, and that blue is uniblue, which North America identified as the key color to be looking for, to expect to see in the marketplace in 2016. And you can see from this graphic that that blue is more than a blue in a flag. That's a very ethnic application. So these are the total 2016 colors, the total palette, for North America 2016. Now, again, I'd like to make sure that you don't just think we're pulling them out of the air. So last month, part of trend work, I think, is getting out on your own and figuring out where trends are, and I see it as a responsibility to have to travel the world. Yeah. So I was in Paris last month, and Bon Marché, a big department store there, was actually having a very tropical themed event. The page is from their catalog. They had flamingos, so they were taking more of the Miami Beach approach, but again, still is a tropical theme, which is a big deal when you're in France. At the Detroit Auto Show, liquid blue was the color that Ford declared to be their signature performance car color. And that liquid blue is coming out of that superpower blue, not the uniblue, but what was called boat blue. So, again, who can be a trend expert? Well, I think anyone can be a trend expert if you put your resources towards it. So I wanted to give you some resources. WGSN is internationally recognized as a worldwide resource on trend, color. They often go towards fashion, and they're actually very expensive, but you don't have to spend the money. You can just read their blog and get a lot of their good ideas. Trend Curve, Michelle Lamb does a great job of going to all the shows around the world and doing downloads, everything from the pet show last week to Maison and Objet, which is a key color and design meeting. CMG, of course, Pantone. Going to various trade shows can be very informative. And Ambiente is in Germany, and that's a housewares and design show. The furniture show in Milan in April each year is really coming to the forefront as a key event. And I said Maison and Objet happens twice a year in Paris, again, a very big deal event for design and color. They are having their very first North American event this May in Miami. Miami, again, tropical, a worldwide event coming to the US. So again, more justification for why you'll see more of that. But even just going to trend type areas, again, Abbott Kinney and the LA area is a great place to go and just observe. Our Main Street can often have great insights into what's coming down the lane for us. So what you might see in some of the boutiques here, you'll see at Target later on. So Now, CMG is a very open organization. If you work with color, we'd love to have you. And we have regional events where people can come, talk about color, learn about what, again, we're talking about 2017 this year, and then the global summit later on in the year. But what we have, the regional events are called chromosomes. Cleveland, Chicago, Grand Rapids, all open. Come and see me. Everyone is welcome. Much like LA2M, it's a non-profit organization. We, experts from all industries get together, talk about color, and forecast for the future. So with that, thank you very much for your time. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Who has questions? Raise your hand.
So I just want to make sure my understanding of CMG is correct. Because at first when you started talking, I keyed on the word new colors, and I thought, are these color scientists inventing colors? But then I oil paint, and as far as what I know from the light spectrum, there are no new colors.
Right.
And then I thought of like this pretentious color Illuminati, like out of Zoolander, that just kind of dictates what the world's colors will be. But it sounds more like it's analyzing data to. It's not telling people what colors to use, but trying to predict what colors people will use.
Yes, that's a great way to think about it. Yes, first of all, think about it as a very. I'm with you. My very first color marketing 15 years ago, I was thinking, ooh, what you know, are these people who are just choosing colors out of the air? When I went the first time in 1998, we were talking about the year 2000, and 2000 was rich with color stories. So once I figured out that there were color stories, you know, obviously it was the birth of Christ and you know, election years and all of that. Those are the influences for predicting future colors. The other thing that's important to understand is whatever color marketing says can then be interpreted by the people who then go back to their own companies. So bottom line is, yes, it's an open organization. As long as you work with or even are interested in color, we're always interested in, you know, young blood too, to you know, help train. So yes, open organization, and from many, many different industries.
Thank you.
Are there, if you will, perennial colors that win year in, year out, the red and white combination, the Target, the Colgate, the Budweiser?
Classic.
Red and white seems to win a lot.
Classic colors are definite. In fact, we put together some classic color palettes. Yeah, there are key blue, red, whites, blacks that are classic, you know, year to year. Sometimes it can be the effects, special effects used with those colors that can make them different, though, for now versus, you know, a more classic approach.
I have two questions. My first one is how do you account for the difference between men and women's taste in color? Because I agree with you, I know more women love purple and men can't stand it. So how do you account when this is being developed for the differences between the genders?
So the thing about color and the color forecast is exactly that, it's a forecast. And then the members go back and work with either their companies or their clients to understand who the targets are and what parts of that color forecast work best for their targets. They could also work best in terms of what stories are told or even what manufacturing. I can tell you that red is a very hard color to manufacture in plastics. Very tough to get it right. So sometimes it's important in a plastics world to step away from red.
Okay, my second question is about that dress. I only ever saw it in white and gold. And is that just because I still don't understand how someone could have seen it differently? I wish I could have, but
I read everything from it's all about the rods and cones in your eyes and your special perception of color to whether the monitor was right or not. So, you know, it could be many things. As you saw, some of those colors are looking different on the screen than they do even on the laptop where the presentation's sitting. So it's as much about what you're viewing as who is viewing.
Hi. I have a question. You identified the 3 themes that you are predicting for 2016. Do you also go so far as to predict, which themes are going to happen during which certain times of the year? So is there a seasonality prediction that goes along with it?
There's some of that. Tropical certainly is a color palette I expect to see in spring and summer. And I can tell you, again, when I was not in both Paris and London last month, I saw tropical big time in London. So I think, hello, welcome spring today, right? Some of that tropical influence is also coming from, we've been cold for a long time, and we need to see something different. So that will respond. Weightless is a theme that I expect to see throughout the year. So it kind of depends.
Hi. So you talked about how you made the color palettes through trends. Is there ever an instance where trends don't trend or they fail, where you go back and change the colors?
Oh, yeah. We actually track our trends, our colors, and see what maybe made it and what didn't. The other thing that's important to understand is that sometimes colors pop up where we didn't forecast them. I can tell you, color marketing did not forecast the neon pink and yellow that was predominant in the London Olympics in 2012. And when it wasn't predicted, I personally thought, oh, neon, harsh, I don't expect to see it around. That is a trend that has legs for days. So, you can look around probably on the streets even more than in this room, and you'll see lots of neon yellow. And I don't think it has to do with the fact that we're in maize and blue land. I see it everywhere.
Do you have advice on how companies or corporations that have an already established corporate color palette can incorporate some of these trends, particularly if they're more service-oriented organizations that don't carry product lines or manufacture products?
I think, graphics are always a great way to tell a color story. I think that color story, though, needs to complement the established brand colors. My shingle on the door says brannds, and I believe in brand colors, as the first pass, and then choosing a color palette to tell your story that balances with it.
Do you talk at all or work at all on moods and emotional responses to color?
Well, there are certainly emotional responses to color. One of the things that we do is we look at how colors change throughout the year. So we've seen the reds become really deeper and richer over the last few years. I don't know if that necessarily is a mood, but what it does is it talks a bit about what people are, again, from the various geographies are thinking, and what's driving that color, that red color, going from something more light to something deeper. And again, that gets back to the world of allegiance and maybe more of a national color as opposed to just a cherry red that works well with, brighter colors. So we're maybe getting a little darker as a society.
Who else has a question?
Given that colors look slightly different on different screens, are there some colors or tones that are safer and are more likely to look the same on different screens and projectors?
I'm not an expert in this. We work with one of my compatriots at Color Marketing is with X-Rite, and X-Rite has software that helps your screens always look right with colors. But I will say that, I have a purple that I love, and I see it in the marketplace, and whenever I take a picture of it, it does not look purple at all. It looks like a hot pink. So purples can be very difficult. Like I say, reds, kind of depending upon the manufacturing process. What are the safe colors? It depends. Even the black here didn't look as black as it did on the screen.
And you mentioned that red, there are some shades of red that are particularly difficult in plastic. Are there any other colors or color combinations that people would love to use that just manufacturing is just super difficult and it doesn't get done or it's super expensive?
The deeper the color, often with plastics, the more expensive it can be. Because that means that there are more color resin as opposed to generic resins that are needed. Special effects are more expensive. So the reason that sometimes your favorite glitter product might have gone to something without glitter is because they were looking for cost savings.
And you're doing a really good job answering these questions. Almost like it's very natural for you. I have a quick question on the Apple laptop colors. What do you think about the, did you see how Apple has now colored tops gold?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Any thoughts on that?
My questions were about the watches.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yes. Apple, some of those colors you saw in the 2015 palette, right? And some of them are just Apple. And, Apple is an icon, and they know that they can, get out there and be a color leader. So my guess is that's coming from internal as opposed to anything that's in the marketplace.
You were going to ask about watch colors? Similar?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who else? Anybody else question? Yes.
Okay, this is an adjunct to color, but does CMG also discuss shadow and light, sparkle, all the effects that you can get from, visual effects you can get from color and from the absence of color?
Yes. We actually, whenever we're doing our palettes, we actually talk about is that color natural or does it have a special effect? So we had a color a few years ago that I named, and it's still controversial, called Dirty Bride. And it was the effect of shadow on something that wasn't quite white. I will use metallics in some colors too on the palette.
All right. Any last question? Last question before we go to introductions? All right, let's give Ann Hanson a big round of applause. It was nice to see such an engaged crowd, right? And what a great talk. So thank you, Ann. So now this is the exciting time where you too get to join in the show and introduce yourself. The only thing is we ask that you stand up and enunciate, chest out, shoulders back, and tell us who you are. Don't talk too long. Some people are really long-winded. So just your name and what you do, and then pass the mic to your buddy, and we'll go all the way around the room in 15 minutes. It's a great miracle that happens every time here at LA2M March. And we'll start with you. And you look very bright pink. Notice, appreciate the colors of everybody. We got some beautiful colors here, so here we go.
Hi everyone, I'm Rose Shemek. I work for Emergent Health Partners in the Public Affairs Department. I'm a publication assistant and do graphic design and some photography.
Hi, I'm Joyce Williams. I'm the Public Affairs Manager for Emergent Health Partners. You know us better as Huron Valley Ambulance. We're your nonprofit, nationally accredited ambulance service.
Oh, I haven't been drinking. Hi, my name is Steve Byer. I'm Decisive Web. I really enjoyed the talk. I think it's one of the nicer ones we've had. And I guess my interests of late have been more WordPress for me. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Tom Roy. I'm a digital marketing consultant. I'm also a painter and a writer. Just don't know when to put that part in, but it seems like a creative day. Anyways, if anyone needs help promoting their brand online, I'd be more than happy to talk to you. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Jay Jordan. I work at a community of researchers nonprofit called Internet2, and my responsibilities are about half front-end web development and then about half doing PowerPoint presentations for our corporate events and our displays. And I'm also an aspiring light designer as well, so I really enjoyed the psychology behind the colors today.
My name is David Coleman. I work for Brand. We help brands and retailers manage their presence online.
I'm Janet Manley from A Design Line Embroidery. We help to brand your business with any kind of decorated apparel, embroidery, screen printing, promotional items.
My name is Christine Adams. I'm a social media manager at Hunchfree, a digital marketing agency.
My name is Catherine Burkle, and I'm a freelance content strategist and user experience designer.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Block. I'm the creative director for Savco Hospitality. So we have Sava's Restaurants, Aventura, Bottle Markets, and now Heavily Catering, and in-house color experts. So that was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Taylor Higgins. I'm the graphic designer for Savco Hospitality, which Jacqueline mentioned, Sava, Aventura, Bottle, and Tavolina Catering.
Hello, everyone, and thank you. That was very wonderful. My name is Lila Gislason, and I'm a freelance marketing consultant and a total color buff. So thank you, it's great.
Excuse me. Good afternoon, I'm Dr. Thomas Blackwell with Inbuilt International. We're a training and development company. We help people establish a plan B if they don't have one.
I'm Dennis Huffman, Senior Account Management Business Development Professional. My focus areas are ABCs, Advertising, Branding, Communications. Currently I have my own company, but I'm looking to get back into corporate America. I was just talking to Derek about an opportunity at Google, but I'm really apprehensive about them hiring somebody. What did I say I was there? 43 years old, so hopefully that barrier won't be there.
Hi, I'm Karen Nolasako. I'm Senior Graphic Designer for ProQuest.
Hi, I'm Claire Stewart, and I am a marketing campaign manager at ProQuest.
I'm Christine Hamba, also with ProQuest. I'm a marketing communications manager.
Hi, my name is Linda Baker, and I do business development for a nonprofit called JDS in Southfield. And actually, we help people find jobs, especially people that are at mid-career level.
43 from the 20.
Hi, I'm Kathy Griswold. I recently started volunteering at the Ann Arbor Thrift Shop, and starting on Monday will be our changeover. We'll have an extensive selection of very colorful spring wear, so if you want to see the colors, come to the thrift shop.
I'm Libby Hunter, former teacher and now involved in a couple rental property businesses.
Hi, my name is Blake Palanga. I'm a junior at U of M in the School of Information, and I'm interning at Ingenics Digital Marketing for the winter term.
Hi, I'm Emily Boney, and I'm a content producer at Ingenics Digital Marketing.
Hi, I'm Courtney Morrow, and I'm a graphic designer at Ingenics Digital Marketing.
Hi, I'm Andrea Kelly, the manager of LA2M.
Hi everybody, I'm Jim Musial, and I have my own company. I do web and mobile development consulting. Love to work with organizations and entrepreneurs and help them create digital strategies through web and mobile development. So if you have a need for that, I'd love to talk to you about it. And I'm sitting here in the aisle with great talk on color, and all I see is a big purple purse. Right down here that Linda has. So I guess purple is a girl's color. So thank you, Ann, for your talk.
Hello, I'm Mark Coley with CTS Companies, and we service, sell, and install business home systems here in Ann Arbor.
Hello, I'm Greg Mott, and I'm colorblind, and I wanted to see how the other guy
I'm Ed Gilmetti. Among a bunch of other things that I do, I was working on some digital map projects and thought of Ann as I was struggling to come up with colors that would adequately map what I thought in my head was fairly easy, but it turns out when you put it on the screen it's a little harder. So.
Hi, my name is Amanda Zott, and I'm a freelance graphic designer, independent artist, and lecturer in the landscape architecture program at U of M.
Hi, James Lewis with Cocopelli Financial. We're a full-service financial planning firm. I work in the area of group benefits, and I love color. It's awesome.
I'm Michelle Barassi, and I'm the owner and founder of Focus HR. I'm a full-service HR consulting firm for small and medium-sized businesses.
Hello, I'm Aylin Walters. I'm the buyer and manager of a fitness boutique at B Fitness around the corner. Obsessed with color and form. It's been a part of my life since I can remember, and I'm very envious of your job. So I would like to talk to you.
I've always been curious about where color trends come from, so thank you so much for shedding some light on it. It's really interesting. My name is Deborah Darlington. I'm in reinvention mode right now. I've come back to Michigan after about 20 years in California, and I'm trying to find my people. I've been managing design projects at the intersection of a lot of different disciplines. So if you have any projects that involve architecture, branding and identity, graphic design, content, education, I've done a lot of work with museums. I'd love to talk to you. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Tom Crawford. I run a mobile app development company called Movable Bytes. So if you're looking for somebody to develop mobile apps, just let me know. In the meantime, however, there's one app you might want to check out called Happy Hour Deals. If you are looking for happy hour right now, there are 9 within walking distance of me. There are 59 at 4 o'clock. And there are 71 at 5 o'clock. So you should have no problem finding one. Use the app to pick the one that's best for you.
Hi, I'm Dolores Brower, and I'm the marketing director for a local labor and employment law firm, Noctua, right here down the street. But I want to thank you, Ann, maybe, because I think I have this true obsession with color since I've painted my living room 3 times in the last 4 months.
Yeah, that's a sign.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Samantha West. I'm the communications director for the Alzheimer's Association's Michigan Great Lakes chapter right up the street. And I have 2 quick asks. One is that we are currently trying to recruit committee members for our Walk to End Alzheimer's in Ann Arbor on October 4th. And there's a meeting tonight at TGI Fridays from 4 to 6. If you want to come, just stop by. There'll be apps and drinks, and you can learn a little bit more about the walk and how you can get involved. And then the other thing I wanted to mention really quickly is that you can make a donation to the Alzheimer's Association right from your tax return, and 100% of the funds that we raise will stay in Michigan to support Michigan families. So that's Form 4642, which you can fill out online or with your tax preparer. Thanks.
I'm Ross Johnson with 3.7 Designs, which is a boutique web design agency here in town. I'm also speaking next month at LA2M about design psychology and how you can use visuals to elicit emotional response and influence behavior. So if you like this talk, come check me out.
Hi, my name is John Berry. I work for a nonprofit that designs technology and programs for low-income people in developing countries. And that's that.
I'm Roger Rail. I'm a venture catalyst, so I help with a lot of networking groups, startup community here. And tonight is our March Ann Arbor Video Interest Group meeting. We'll be actually in Ypsilanti at VC Web for our remote site. That starts at 6:30 and it goes on until 8:30, and there's always a little after party and kind of thing. Tonight we're going to be talking about live streaming of video, which I do a lot of. So that's one thing. Next Tuesday also is A2 New Tech for any of the entrepreneurs in the area. It's about 5 minutes of presentation with 5 minutes of Q&A by up to 5 presenters. And then they get hammered with the questions from the audience, 125 people in the audience. So if you're into startups at all, that's a good place to go and see how it's done. And here's Ann's mom.
I'm the mother of Ann and 7 cats.
Your mother of 7 cats?
Yes, sort of. And I'm the educated designer in the family.
Well, again, thank you, everyone. I'm Ann Hanson. I am Innovation Trailblazer. My independent company is Brandz, available for marketing, branding, and new product development.
Samantha Monroe. I love macro trends, so I'm here to learn what's influencing Ann. And in my previous life, I did all kind of forecasting and trend analysis, so this is really educational for me, from Ann. Thanks.
I'm Carter Sherwin from Penn Studios, and I'm a commercial editorial and portrait photographer, which goes from anything from jewelry up to beacon wheel trucks.
And drone pilot.
business portraits. Just did some for Nashua. And the pictures I shoot at these meetings go up on the group's Facebook page in the next couple of days. And I saw that dress both ways. I don't know. I think it's the background has an effect, or what you think the background is, but you think it's light or dark. Pretty much from my experience, both as a photographer and chemist, which was before photography. Something else that occurred to me now, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, I had a long list.
Thank you, Carter, and thank you, everyone. So, Derek Marwan, CEO of Untitled Chapter Marketing. Thanks for being here today. I learned a lot. Let's give our speaker one more round of applause. Wonderful talk. And as you heard, so April 15th, we have Ross Johnson talking. So it's going to be another great talk. Remember, it's monthly now, so it's not weekly. So it's tough not seeing you all every week, but I think it's okay. It's because then when we come back together at the month, it's like all that much more special. So I'm available for hugs. But if not, you can leave 5 minutes early and go out and be fruitful and make money, help others, and have fun while you're at it. And remember, happy Easter in there somewhere in the middle, and we'll see you all next time. Thanks for being here.